Let's get real, people. We all heard it. She's an 8. He's a 5. He's a 9. What's he doing with a 6? She's a 10. What's she doing with a 4? Numbers attached to souls. How dare we? Now, women complain that men rate them with a number corresponding to how they look. Nothing further from the truth.
She got a pistol. She got a black tattoo.
Men and women, we all like the dirties. So of course, attraction is physical. But attraction is ego too. And ego manifests itself differently from men and women. Men were dictated by dominance, property. Self-worth is measured by quantity, wins, numbers. Every man knows exactly how many women he slept with. And if he can't keep up, he has a list somewhere, I guarantee. Every man knows the size of his wiener, to the millimeter. And although it stops growing after we turn 19, we still measure it every 3 years, every time slightly cutting the ruler even more into our pelvic bone, like immortality was laying at the bottom. Biologically programmed to move quickly, because we used to have to go to war or had to beat a dinosaur with a twig to turn it into food. So you had to spread your baby juice around every time you had the chance before one dinosaur turned you into food. Inevitably. Availability is key. So girls, you think that when we meet you at a party or in a club, we just talk a bunch of shit, look at you and stick a number to your curves? Girls are not a number, man. They're an equation. Men's attraction to women, X, equals the average between the physical grade of the woman from a scale to 1 to 10, and a girl's willingness to bump uglies with you from a scale to 1 to 10. 1 being never, 2 being as soon as you put a ring on it, 9 being, hey, you're a fun guy, wanna get out of here? And 10 being, hi, my name is Becky, let's find an empty toilet booth. So if you're a physical 10, but give out the vibe that you're gonna go waltzing around like you don't even know what a dick is for 3 months, then that's 3, plus your pretty face. 10, 13 divided by 2, sorry baby girl, you're a 6.5. You look like a 7, but we kicked it off like we're about to catch a ride home together. And that's a 9, plus your cute face 7 divided by 2, then you're an 8, as far as men are concerned. Where's the middle, you ask? Why in the middle? 5, 6, and 7s are where most girls lie physically. Men's self-worth is heavily reliant on numbers, so we have little to no standards, especially at first sight, where instincts are in full effect. So we'll sleep down our physical number without batting an eye. We don't waste time going above our physical grade because men will sleep down their physical number without batting an eye. Why would a physically 6 chick give a physically 5 dude a chance when that 8 dude will give her a straggler's stumble? Because we have no standards. Look, a chef-cooked steak sounds wonderful, sure. But if I get it in a month's time, then that McRib suddenly looks so gourmet to me when I'm hungry today. And my pants' stomach is growling. That's not the end of it though. There are factors modifying this fraction. Contextual. Does she insist on buying at least 1 round that night and actually does it instead of petting her purse like she's trying to bring back to life the animal it's made of? Girl got your back. +1, dude. Is she a girlfriend of your ex's girlfriend? +1. Because one man doesn't want to get busy with his girlfriend's friends. Before the internet, men used to jerk off the pictures to their wives' friends till the whole album looked Christmas themed. Thank God for Facebook's download button. Am I right, fellas? Is she the ex-girlfriend of a buddy you had a falling out with? Ooh, controversial. Revenge by dick plus ego +1. God damn, this shit just get real? Good. Is she from your jolly group of couples friends? The forbidden fruit. +1. Because group of friends always fuck each other, man. It's happened since the beginning of time. It's probably one of the reasons men want to get married, you know? So cut the shit, cause y'all fucked each other that one night, every night. Is she married? +1. What the fuck is wrong with you, mate? Yeah? Go bitch to Ashley Madison. Come on, people. Cat lady with no teeth, better blowjobs. Now, men complain that women rate them with a number corresponding to what their wallet is worth. Nothing further from the truth.
One look, twice so,
Women look for protection and proof of dominance. They're social creatures, dude. While you were out hunting dinosaurs, she had to grow your Neanderthal-ass children. Chances were you weren't coming back, leaving her foodless and powerless. And while most of those issues are far gone today, men are still driven by numbers. We'll hit on multiple women multiple times. There's a supply and demand curve in balance here. You know what I mean? A woman gets on average 18.5 Tinder swipes to what a guy gets, right? So she has the luxury of having options. A man will hit on everything below his physical number, but women rarely hit below theirs without other reasons. They get to be picky, they get to have standards. So for a guy to not become dinosaur chowder, he had to show dominance over other men and have them do it for him, be it through show of strength or leadership qualities, so he could stay at home and make his family not dead. Now, I know assholes, you're just seeing dollar signs right now, and that's why you don't get women, you know what I mean? Because what they actually crave for is top dog qualities. What? Women's attraction to men, Y, equals the average between his physical attraction on a scale from 1 to 8. Yeah, you heard me, 8. 8 is their 10. Dude, a man will do anything for a physically 10 chick. Buy them shit, follow their spoiled asses into the eyes of Sauron. A woman wouldn't do that for a dude based on looks alone, you know what I mean? A physically 7 girl will be able to get with a model dude if she sleeps with him fast. We give them that by having no standards, man. So she'll need an extra reason if she's gonna look at guys 6 and beneath. You know what I mean? Because even the best looking guy doesn't guarantee satisfaction of her top dog needs. A handsome dude alone will get pussy from horny chicks, sure, but women get to choose, so they leave room for some other qualities. That's why that's an 8. The only thing handsome alone guarantees is other women hitting on him. So if anything, that brings her insecurity up, and that's why they want you to put a ring on it and make an honest woman out of her. Which I never understood why they call it that. Ever met a married woman? The biggest fucking liars on earth. And they have to be, because men's egos are so fucking sensitive, right? So even the handsomest man will max out at 8. Plus his top dog potential on a scale from 1 to 12 divided by 2. So it comes to 10, you know, the average. Now, what the actual funk is top dog? Dog? A few things. Confidence. No mystery here. Confidence is key. It implies knowing what the fuck you're talking about, knowing people, and how to handle them. No man who ever achieved anything didn't do it without believing in what the fuck he knew will eventually pay off. In himself, dude. Show your intentions clearly, but, and this is key, without being a desperate douche. Women say they want to be the most spoiled of them all because of the men's supply of offerings. Of course, they're gonna think they deserve everything because it's coming from all directions, right? Why the fuck wouldn't they? But what they actually want is to feel included. So if you confidently let her know that she can fuck off if she's pushing her advantages, you got it. That's why pretty girls have abusive boyfriends, man. A dude telling her to shut the fuck up moists up her panties in an instant compared to a lifetime of men telling her exactly what she wants to hear. But of course, she's attracted to the other extreme because no one ever bothered to show her something in the middle, right? Fame/notoriety. That part of women that wants to take shortcuts makes her have visibility. Vanity is the name of the game. Nothing that women cling on more than famous men. And if she can just look pretty while doing it, even better. It validates that she matters by association. It validates that she's better than other women. That's why all these girls are in a hurry to show their tits on these Facebook comedian sketches that are a dime a dozen, right? Slow motion tits left and right. Haha, she did what cheap women do. Haha, he did what cheap men do. Aren't we great? Because this reinforces our own stereotypical beliefs on what we're too complacent to changing ourselves. Ay-ay! Money/wealth. Influence. A combination between all three, your ability to make things happen. Women pose as heartfelt angels, sure, but they're human. And if you learned anything from me these past 3 years, is that we're all shit one way or another. Influence. Translation. Bending the rules for her if need be. If need be being key phrasing because needs change based on greed and entitledness, so a lot of times it turns into if I want it to be. Politicians, for the win. Humor. Funny gets you laid. It's why women are attracted to comedians like R2D2 is attracted to Jazz. Because comedy is the craft of knowing people, dude. What comedy does is this art. You can call a girl on her bullshit all you want. She'll just act like her shit was stinking. But when you make a girl laugh, that's when you got it. Dude, comedians are the philosophers of the modern world. They take taboo ideas of the human nature and present them in ways people can relate. And when people laugh, they become accomplice to that taboo shit they would normally pretend isn't buried in their backyard. It brings people down a notch, makes them recognize bullshit within themselves, relate to their fellow man, thus bringing people together. It goes double for women, because if you dish out a joke about something sexual, for example, and you make her laugh, she can no longer pretend it wasn't on her mind. So you bring her down a notch, or you go up a notch in her eyes. Modesty has something to do with it too, I think, because you're not a true comedian, in my opinion, if you don't bust your own balls from time to time. A lot of comedy comes from knowing yourself and knowing probably that you're not any more special than the next person. So the shit you find within yourself will be probably found in another person. So you build your joke on that. But you gotta bust your own balls from time to time, man. Keep yourself grounded. And when you're funny to a girl, but you make fun of yourself too, that tells her you can cut the bullshit too when she opens up to you. Opens up to you? What is this, fucking Oprah? Autonomy. Independence, babe! Linked to confidence, but not one and the same. Being able to stand your ground and not fall to peer pressure within a social context. Translates to women as you taking her side when one of your mates starts to spurt out ignorant shit about all women. That's defending her honor, as you should. Even if your boy's right, he should have known better not to put you on the spot because he couldn't make sense of how he let all the women in his life treat him. You know what I mean? If he wanted to vent, you do it between buddies, where you can hear him out and dish advice like men. Also, if you find yourself driving and a dude passes you on the next lane and you suddenly start to speed up for no reason, your autonomy is shit. FYI, risk-taking. This is why we ape out around women.
Don't you tell me no truths, I wanna hold your lines. Don't leave your money at home, it's just the word to the wise. Don't you tell me no truths, I wanna hold your lines.
Linked directly to her clit. Tells her that when shit truly hits the fan, you're there. The world is dominated by instinctual idiots, man, and sometimes a fight is just coming your way, dude. That's where this kicks in. Yo, this is my girl, and if shit goes down, there's no time for smooth talk, logic, or bringing out your credit card.
So won't you tell me no truths, I wanna hold your
That shit is an incident. And that's when you clench your fist, bring out your fangs, and fuck up the dude that's swinging in your girl's proximity. You put that fucker down or delay him. And if he still doesn't chill when he's down, you fuck him up with the same intensity your girl's gonna fuck you once she tends to your wounds, yeah? Yo, if you don't stand for anything in your life, you stand for this. And if she's the one who started the incident with her big fucking entitled mouth like some girls do, then you still defend her. Fuck her afterwards, and then fuck her! Get her ass out the door, man, because that's the type of chick who is so entitled that she thrives on pitting men against each other her whole existence. Whatever you do, you will never be enough.
I've been crawling out for you. Go sweat, what's meant? Can't stand the way she looks at me.
On the physical scale from 1 to 8, obviously, we lie between 4, 5, and 6. On the top dog side, who the fuck knows? You know what I mean? It depends on the woman's self-worth. Is she used to dating men who spoiled her? Is she a physical 10? 6? Is she a 3? Based on how she views herself and how you present the world to her, all of these factors weigh in differently. They are certainly not equal. So you a physical 8, dude? Well, based on women drooling over you, you must have some confidence. But you can be a jock high-fiving his buds as soon as he gets a number, so your autonomy is shit. Maybe you never had to be funny because your average dumb girl jumped at you since you got your cock's whiskers. Maybe you're not ambitious, a slob, satisfied with women being bedazzled by you, so maybe your life goals aren't that high. So that's 8 plus 2 confidence plus 0 humor plus 1 fame because you're a pretty boy so you must get some followers, plus 0 wealth, plus 0 influence, plus 0 autonomy, yeah, plus 1 risk because, you know, to be an 8 you gotta pack some fucking guns, then that's 12 divided by 2, then you're an overall 6 out of 10, dude, although you're one of the prettiest men she's ever seen. And that's if they're equal, but because there's so much supply of ass kissing from men, who the fuck knows the weight each girl puts on each factor? They'd have it all if they could. Because of our supply of dicks makes them think they can. But they can't. And they don't know that because men they friends don't grant them favors constantly. Dude, look at your typical hot chick on Facebook. Just look at the likes she gets on a stupid picture of her stupid strawberry tart that men pretend to give a shit about. Not to mention likes of herself. How many Kardashians of this world have millions of followers without anybody being able to point out what the fuck she does for a living? Just pictures of her face and tits living the princess's lifestyle, preaching to these little girls that they should be themselves. Said the cardon-winged Pegasus to the horse, right? Instagram queens feeding entitlements to girls who will never be half as lucky as them. Like they'll ever have the doors open for them like she had. Instead of saying, hey, I got lucky, maybe you will too, but work on yourself if you want to have a chance. Instead of crippling these girls' self-esteem by making them believe that that's what they should feel worthy of. No, because that'd be admitting bullshit. Thousands of likes, man, thousands of likes. Where are those likes when that physical 10 girl gets married? Oh, they fade away. Others take their place when they inevitably try to paint a perfect couple picture afterwards, but then they're trapped pretending in something that can never be perfect, in something that can only ever be with a lot of fucking work, relationships, yeah? And that's why they're so easy to fool. That's why men be frontin', man. That's why we play like we all that. Dude, most self-made billionaires of this world live modest lives, while the douche in the club sporting all the bling has leased a 50,000 BMW while he lives in his 50 square meter apartment. That's why that is. It's the movie The Prestige, baby. You wanna be fooled.
Do the rum and the sweet. Do the rum and the sweet.
Women weigh in the positive factors instinctively in their top dog needs, so their modifiers are negative. That's why with dudes, if you can't say anything relevant, then you'd best shut the fuck up and look mysterious.
One look, twice so. 3, 4, the way she looks at me.
Tries to fuck your friends. -1. Sloth. -1. Wash your nasty ass. Offer to split the chores.
Held up, let down. She sings me silent melodies.
Mama's boy, -2. Moms are to men what dads are to women. Moms try to turn their boy into what his father couldn't be, and some try to make him dependable on her, like his dad was never faithful to her. But then the boy sanctifies her, and then no woman will ever be enough. You know what I mean? I hate these type of moms, because Oedipus is in full effect, and they're the type of moms who stir up shit between her boy and his wife. What they do is they have this mama knows best attitude when her boy has an argument with his wife, and only confirms that it's all his wife's fault instead of telling him to go home and sort it out with his family. And it's a man's duty to protect and separate his wife's crazy and his mom's crazy from one another, to mediate that shit. Your mom's a sweetheart, bud, but she did fall for your dad, and we both know he was at least an asshole to her. Some answers your mom's doesn't have. Some answers you figure out for yourself, yeah? Mr. Know-It-All, -1. You gotta give your girl a win, dude. Learned this one way too late in my time. You feel she's a mess? I'd work with her. She's working with you, best be sure of that. But don't turn into the nagging dad putting her down at each step, you know what I mean? When she's mad, obviously crazy and with no logical argument to base her action or fit on, let her have one every now and then. You know, just laugh at her, tell her to shut up because she's being silly, snuggle her ass, give her a kiss on the forehead, and she'll come around once the crazy fades away. You let me know how good that blowjob felt the next day. She brought out her mms and oohs like she's enjoying your junk grazing her vocal cords, huh? And you know what? She was. Not because of the bitter taste of your baby juice going down, but because you enjoy it. And you've earned that, you patient motherfucker. That's it. Or is it?
Just because it's the middle of the night, that don't mean I won't hunt you down. 'Cause something deep inside is pulling me and I want you now.
Drugs and alcohol. everybody's a 10 for like 8 hours. Then your self-worth goes down, ironically making you more accessible to those you considered beneath you. Men sleep down our physical numbers, so that physically 6 chick becomes an 8 to an overall 9 dude if she sleeps with him that night. Straggler, with the added benefit of him feeling like he's doing her a favor. Dick gets harder. But he knows what that is to him, right? Which leads me to the next general modifier. The rebound. That's why rebounds happen, man. We're reactionary creatures, and what are rebounds if not our disappointments in what our previous snuggle puff was in contrast to who we wanted them to be, despite numerous red flags we chose to ignore. So that physical 7 girl, after that 9 overall guy won't return her calls, now is suddenly more open to that 6 physical guy. Or even that 5 nice guy that's funny with a bit of game between the sheets. Cause she reached for the sun and got burned and now needs a band-aid. Rebound! And that's for the best, because occasionally you get to discover a band-aid with a sunny face on it, and it feels better than the sun. Aw, now I made it sweet and shit. Right? I'll ruin it in a second. Different cultures. Listen, I can bullshit my way up to the next tier stating principles I believe in to a girl who comes from a vastly different culture than mine. I can talk about women empowering themselves with education and work till my mouth is drier than my grandma's vagina. Relax, I mean the one that's not still alive. I'm just being crass, people. I gotta keep these ADD kids sharp. I love the old lady. What I'm trying to say is, if a girl comes from a culture where it's more law of the jungle than voice of reason, then she'll only respect and like me if I'm the asshole type that is viewed as a man back home from where she came from, right? She'll be more instinctive, out for money, and horny only for brute force and pampering. Cause that's all she's ever known. Fetishes. Skinny, fat, huge dicks, huge tits, no tits, you name it. Behavioral too. Is he confident but calm and composed? You'll probably have a hand in your throat when your footprints are on the ceiling. Does she seem pretentious with foods and smells? Probably she'll try to weasel her way out of the swallow. Location. In the UK, they treat physical 10s like a solar eclipse. Enough said. Now that you've listened to what the fuck I had to say, let me spit out one last thing you'll bitch about out of context. All this is why an overall 10 as a man is always going to be respected in society over an overall 10 woman. Because of what we each instinctively value. It's easy to be a slut, it's hard to be a stud. Am I right, Jim Jeffries? Because this fraction says men value availability primarily and women can use that in an instant, while this fraction says a man has to work hard to be valued as high in the eyes of a woman. So a guy who's an overall 10 is an overall 10, not only because he gets 10s, but that he gets 1 through 10s in women if he wishes, you know what I mean? So he gets the girls from all the other men too that are 9s, 8s, 7s, and so on. While a woman can use her shortcuts, not her whole worth, I'm just talking about the ones who use their shortcuts, just to dominate over other women. Yeah, ironically, idiots, if you'd grow some balls, stop being friend-zone little bitches and tell women what you really want from them instead of trying to weasel your way into her attention, then they wouldn't have all these pandering fools at their skirts, making them feel entitled to all the advantages you're angry about them having. Supply goes down. What, you fear rejection? Boo fucking who, mate? Get her alone, look her in the eye, state your intention, call her on her bullshit when they pretend, they are holier than thou, and you'll be fine. Go for that physical 10 chick too. Remember that men dare not go above their level that much. So very pretty looking girls are not as hit on as you'd think. And when they are, it's by assholes who think they can buy. Now, a lot are fine with being bought, because that's what men have been trying to do their whole lives. But you'd be surprised what a straight smirky face and your cards on the table will get you. And if you get rejected, fine. Maybe she's a gold-digging Bill Burr in the house, but maybe it's on you too, dude. So lower your expectations, find a good girl, and if you still want more, work your fucking ass off, dude. Women like a guy who can provide financial comfort, sure, but they're patient people by nature because of all the options she gets to weigh her whole life. So they like money. Who doesn't? But what they truly love is determination. Even if you don't have money, man, have a purpose in life, dude. work towards something and call them on their bullshit when they're trying to skip their growing part, you know what I mean? With their looks and pussy. But it's your job to raise her as a woman, and women know what the fuck they bring to the table. No, they ain't perfect either. Got your back, a woman has. This turned into like a feminism shit. It started funny, right? I don't know what the fuck happened. Hey man, if you play her damsel in distress game, she'll reward you with ego. Sure. Oh, there's nothing a man falls in love with more than a girl falling in love with him. It gets a bit hard, they crash in your arms. You feel big, yeah you do. But you're only teaching her not to fend for herself at all. So what you're actually doing is putting pressure on yourself to give her what the fuck she wants for the rest of your time with her. And no man needs that shit, dude. Life's hard enough. Cause guess what you're training her to do when you won't be able to give her the next thing she feels entitled to? You're training her to move the fuck on to the next dude who can give her what she wants. Fuck that, man. Have a purpose, be straight with what you want, extend an arm when truly needed, and knock that fucking tiara off her head when she's lazy and complacent. With words, with logic, with balls. That's where love should fucking happen, not this unconditional love fake emoji bullshit. And if she still acts out, bye-bye now. Because ultimately, ladies and gents, attraction on the long term is based on respect. And men respect women when they push back a little when we want it now. And women respect men who call them on their bullshit when they lean on their aces in their sleeve. And by sleeve, I mean cleavage. Hey, of course, the problem's more complex than a party encounter. For the finer issues, check out my show Frustrations on YouTube. You might love it. Plug for the win, yo! Guys, I'm doing this all by myself, filming, editing, writing, and this shit delivery you witnessed. So share this to give me an amen, or give a brother some ammunition on Patreon so I can continue to make stupid videos like this. And also maybe fire Arya that makes sounds during filming and get a better production assistant. Thanks for watching, y'all. Stay frosty.
Duck Dynasty is cool and all, but they got nothing on the females, call I'm a hunter. Is that a tree? Is that camouflage? Come get eaten by the damn mirage. I'm a hunter.